Now, increasing trade within Africa and the rest of the world is driving growing demand for business jets on the continent. Now, at the Business Aviation Conference in Lagos, CNBC Africa's Oluwatosin Olasende spoke to Melanie Humphreys, head of aviation finance at Investec Capital Markets, about the importance of business jets in Africa and financing options. Take a look.
I think business jets in the African context is critical. We certainly feel that they're not just a luxury, but they're a critical part of running a business. And I think there's a number of factors that come into play. The first one is just the vastness of the African continent. Often commercial scheduling doesn't come together in terms of what a business owner needs. And then, of course, you know, the safety of the African commercial airline fleet is still in question. And so we see a lot of our clients actually using business aircraft to get quickly from point A to point B. I mean, it's a very popular story that when, for example, you want to fly from Johannesburg to Lagos and then to Luanda, you've got to fly either via Europe or via the Emirates. And so until our commercial airlines are able to fulfill that role and increase scheduling and connectivity on the continent, I think business jets will still remain a critical part of doing business on the African continent.
Will you consider a business jet as a business tool, not just a luxury asset?
Yeah, I think I've answered that, but business jets are a tool, certainly in the context of Africa. And I think what supports this is that we saw the business jet market in Africa and certainly in emerging Asia staying much more resilient through the global economic financial crisis than, for example, in regions such as Europe and America.
Do you think there's an opportunity for international banks to partner with local banks and share resources and knowledge?
Sure, I think there's an opportunity definitely for international banks and local banks to partner in financing our mutual clients. Often local banks have access to local knowledge. They are typically the transactional bankers to our mutual clients and are able to see some of the transaction flow that gives us comfort around the credit strength of the client. As an international bank, we obviously bring accessibility to long-term dollar finance, a global aviation team and the skill sets that go with that. And I think there's huge opportunity, similar to what we're seeing in other regions, for international banks to partner with local banks in supporting our clients. It goes to say that, you know, sitting together and coming up with a solution for a client, it has to be a solution that will add more value than if we were to compete with each other.
What does the future hold for business jet sales in Africa?
So business jet sales across the world has experienced a slowdown. Having said that, we're very positive about the future. If you look at, for example, the Bombardier forecast for aircraft deliveries on the continent over the next 20 years, it is forecasting an increase of over 50% in the total fleet. That opposed to what we see in regions such as Europe, which is forecasting a decline. And so that in itself is an opportunity for the OEMs, but it's also an opportunity for the financiers to support the delivery.